So counter everything that we learn. So for the most part, I want to build you guys up to be more offensive minded, and then we'll learn how to shut everything down. But this one in particular, I want you guys to just get some basic grip. So started with the tripod sweep with the incorrect sleeve grip. So just as a quick drill, Chris is again in position, ankle grip, sleeve grip. Oh, I got my cheater gi on. This is why they make some gis are illegal, because they're just too hard for that. Okay, so he kicks, he switches his feet, hip first. So my only way of really defending against this is to clear the foot off, take the power off the hip, and then he just resets into the guard. Okay, so this is why it's not a big deal to have this non-cross grip, or this leg side grip. Okay, if he has this grip, I'll give you a little room there. Okay, if he has this grip and he goes through the tripod sweep, not only is there more force because he's pulling the shoulder down as kicking the hip away, you can see how much tension he gets, but now it's way more difficult for me to push this foot off the hip. Okay, so this is the technical, true way of doing it, but again, it's not a big deal. Okay, I like to use this as just, again, to see if the guy's paying attention. So he kicks, boom, he switches, and I quickly try and clear the foot off, and then he just resets, and then he's going to enter in on our position. So kicks it up and passes the sleeve. Now, you notice my hand immediately finds some sort of resistance and gives myself a little bit of strength. Now we're going to reverse the order because countering this sweep is very difficult. Okay, and that's why I like to start off with this sweep and this grip set, because if you can get all of these grips, it's pretty much, like I said the other night, a done deal. Okay, so instead he passes the sleeve and he's going to go for the single leg. So he's going to crash forward, picks up the leg as he goes, ends up standing to finish, or he could have picked my ankle a lot earlier. Okay, now to counter this motion, we're going to turn our back, kick forward, and then I'm going to step over his head. So it looks fancy, it makes you feel like a ninja, but it's pretty simple, and it'll work on any variation of the single leg. So kicks it up, boom, passes the sleeve again, gets something. Okay, I like to again get into the back of the gi here. And again, he crashes forward to go for the single leg, so I turn, then from this position I kick my knee forward and then over the head. So untangle. So if I want to engage with him, or if he's really on his way up, I'm going to square up with him and face him. So again, kicks it up, passes the sleeve, he goes for the single. I'm going to again keep myself facing him. If he tried to pick my ankle a little bit too early, then I can kick over. I'm going to try and take his back because you'll end up with one hook. Again, kicks it up, boom, he goes for that. Oh, I resist. So as I kick over, start looking for his back. Okay, that wasn't the smoothest example ever, but you guys see the motion. Okay, it seems fancy, seems scary when you first try it. It's super easy. Okay, big thing, yes, flexibility, unless you go early. Okay, if you wait too late, you might kick your partner in the head. But it's more his problem. Okay? Alright guys, so clear the tripod, partner resets, kicks it up, single leg. Okay, start slow. 1, 2. Let's go for a second, just hit straight up, delta even. Again, if I'm here like this, I'm not passing, okay? Get low into this position, okay? Now, why wouldn't I want to turn and bail immediately? Okay, if he kicks and sits up, right, and he's starting to hear, like, why wouldn't I just immediately have shot out of this position? Because I haven't lost yet. He's in a good spot to set something up, but ultimately, like, I can still start to give him some issues here. I don't want to remove myself fully, because maybe I worked hard to put him on the mat in the first place. So this time, no grips. Kicks it up and just tackle. So kick, sit up, and then just fall into the leg, okay? So you notice, again, he's going in front of me. The biggest mistake that people make is that the head goes behind the butt, and then they try and tackle from here, which is very awkward, and also going to get behind, okay? So hand in front, head in front, feet tucked towards the backside, okay? So kicks it up, tuck, and then come through, okay? Then all I want partner on top to do is what we were just working on. That grip on the back of the neck, or again, posted on his head, will help make sure that you clear. So as he's coming up, it keeps his head lower, and then kick out, and then kick over the head, okay? But very rarely are people going to be, especially with a grip involved, if you have the lapel variation of this, especially, but even the sleeve one, people rely on more the containment this way. They're not really squeezing the leg, okay? So kicks it up. Boom, if we go to the sleeve version for a second. So what I mean is here, he relies on the fact that I just can't get away from him very easily, and he's not clenched, because it's easier for him to tackle if he just focuses on tackling and just maintaining the grip. Okay? One last time. Kicks it up. Boom. Go again. That was sleeve up scramble. Sorry. Chris is always ready to scramble. Okay? Kick forward and kick over. Okay? Very simple. Just try and loosen up your attack. Get a little more comfortable with it, and then we'll reset our grip. Okay? Punch it. The main counter with this is to roll with it. So if he sits up, kicks it up, and goes for the lapel instead. Okay? This is where I counter grip him, and then when he wants to try and do this collar dump, exactly. Boom, he starts coming up, right? Boom, I roll through. This is the true technical version of it. I'm just showing you there is an option of doing it with that sleeve grip, but like you can see how much smoother this is. Okay, it changes the game a little bit. Now the real counter that we want to be looking for to shut these options down. So big old strike. Remember, this is the problem. Him getting the sleeve through my leg. So kicks it up from here. Create tension, resist, and I'm smacking him as close to the grip as I can. Okay? Now again, like palm strike. I'm not punching him, just boom, off. Okay? A referee will never call you on this. Okay? You're just grip fighting. Okay? You do it here, he'll give you maybe a warning. Okay? So again, boom, tension, because if I wait too long, he'll get it, right? I don't want to be trying to do things here. Okay? Exactly. So again, he sits up, boom, get the hand away from his hand, smack it off, and then immediately start to look to get into a passing position. So this full flow, kicks it up, smack, lapel since it's right there, ankle since it's right there, crosses foot underneath, and then start to glide over. If you guys were here last night, we worked on a very similar drill. Okay? One last time. Kicks it up, smack it off, lapel, crosses foot over, and start to walk into your knee cut. Okay? A lot simpler, right? 1, 2. Remind you of the pace of this position is slow. Okay? Here we're controlling, we're doing whatever, right? There's nothing explosive really happening here until this moment. Kicks it up. Boom. Now, if my goal was to tackle, I would continue that momentum. But if my goal is to start to mess around with different variations and different grips, like I'm going to chill here for a second. So he doesn't have to be so spastic with his slap. As I'm coming up, he doesn't need to whack it immediately, because he doesn't even know if I'm going to even be good once I'm up here yet, right? Like maybe I don't even know what I'm doing. He doesn't know. So, but if he realizes, oh, I have a target, okay, now he goes for it. And everything nice, tight movements. Okay, same thing. Boxing, you don't go throw haymakers, right? Everything nice and tight, clean. Okay, bang, smack it off, and your hands are still right where they need to be. You don't want to have to chase him or have him reset his grip. Okay. So anyways, this was a kind of a weird class, but I just wanted to give you a couple things to look for. Because I always say how there's no perfect move in jiu-jitsu, everything can be countered. But I'm telling you, man, like if you just sit up and you pass that sleeve grip, it is tough. It's tough. Okay? Alright guys, grab a quick sip.